Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing a little bit of a different video. You guys have requested this a lot. If you haven't already, make sure that you are subscribed so you don't miss out on anything. And let's go ahead and get into it. Alright guys, so today I am filming a little bit of a different video for you guys. First of all, welcome back. Merry Christmas time. It's after Thanksgiving, it's finals, it's busy time of year for me, and I'm sure for all of you who are students just like me. I wanted to film a video for you guys about the struggles and hard parts of nursing school because I watched this video a couple times from a couple different people, and I can't remember who, but I watched them a while ago, and I currently am having some struggles. So I wanted to kind of sit down with you guys and let you guys know what I do to overcome them, different ways that you can kind of cope with them and just kind of deal with it. So, and maybe it's a heads up for some of you who are just getting into nursing school. So it's going to be quick, but I just want to give you guys a few of my struggles, hard parts. So one of the biggest struggles that I feel like I'm having right now and that I've had throughout nursing school, I am in my third semester for those of you who don't know. I feel like studying for finals or studying for an exam where you're not entirely sure what's going to all be covered is very, very difficult, and I feel like it's one of the hardest parts of nursing school. You will have professors and lectures where you are given a certain amount of information and you know it all seems super important, and maybe something seems more important to you than it does to your friend, but it's difficult when it comes to finals because they'll give you like a blueprint of like topics, but it's so hard to know like what's more important than other things and what needs to be studied the most. And I feel like this is something that I've struggled with. In some of my adult med surg tests, I will get into the test and I will start testing and I'll be like, I looked over diabetes so much, like I looked at this so hard, and they'll be like 12 times more questions on another topic. You know what I mean? Like, it's super difficult and it's something that you don't really have control over, but a few of my tips that have worked for me and that have helped me a lot during my time at school is go and talk to your professor if you've struggled once. Like, if you've had trouble with this in a test and you've gone in and the test sucked and you just didn't know, like you literally studied something so much harder, go in and ask your professor what's going to be covered the most. And I recommend doing this with every exam, or even if you don't want to go talk to them personally, have somebody in your class ask them, you know, what's going to be covered the most on the exam, like what's something that I really truly need to focus on the most. And sometimes they'll tell you and sometimes they won't, but it's better to ask than to not. Another struggle that I have with nursing school is procrastination and getting overwhelmingly overloaded. So a lot of times people think like, oh, this is due this time, like I'll just put it off and it'll be fine, like I'll just do it, and then time comes to do it and you have 7 new things that you have to do. And I feel like this is something that I struggle with a lot because I balance a lot of things in my life and I try and like balance them all out equally, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But when this happens to me, like this week, like last night, I literally had to shut off my phone. Like I had to not be on my phone at all. Like I had to just cancel other things out because school is obviously the most important thing, and making sure that you aren't procrastinating everything and getting overwhelmed is huge. So if you're able to work on assignments in advance, if you're able to like knock things out like early, like over Thanksgiving break, I probably should have wrote my seminar presentation that I have to give tomorrow, but I didn't. I waited until yesterday to do it. So I had that to do. I have to study for a quiz. I have, you know, other things that are due. I have something due tomorrow night at midnight. I'm going tomorrow to Des Moines with Sam. Like, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just kind of difficult to balance all of it. And you really have to think to yourself, like, do I really need to save this to the last minute or not? Just be smart about it and make sure that you're giving things time. Another struggle that I feel like I have had a lot in nursing school is comparing myself to others. And I feel like all of us do this every day in life, but in nursing school, it's a lot worse because you're so focused on doing so well on your assignments and your quizzes and your tests that you catch yourself comparing yourself to others who may have done better than you. And I have a few people in my class that like to like make it known what they got, or make it known like I did bad or I did really good, and I just like prefer not saying anything. Like, I don't mind if people ask me, like I'll tell you if you want to know for real and if you really care, but like deep down you have to remember that you are not in the same position as them. Your knowledge is not the same as them. You might be better at something that they're not as good at, or they're better at something that you're not as good at. But I find that if you just don't care about how anybody else does but yourself, it makes things a lot easier, and it makes not feeling bad about things easier, I guess. Like, I've failed things that other people have aced, and I've aced things that other people have failed. So it's really not about like you as a person. It's just literally about what kinds of things are you stronger at and weaker at, or maybe somebody studied a little harder than you. You just have to remember to focus on yourself, focus on where you're going to go, put your head down and grind. Like, do not focus on what other people are doing or where they're going, because the end goal is you getting that degree, not them. Like, they're not going to matter at that point. Like, you may be friends with them, but you're getting the degree. You're going to school for 4 years. You're in a nursing program. You're in an engineer program. You're in an educational program. You're the one getting the degree, not anybody else around you. Nobody else matters. And I think that this is something that people overlook all the time, including myself. Another struggle that I have found that people ask me about all the time, and this is something that's very, very personal and very, very individual. How do I fit fitness into nursing school? How do you create the balance? And honestly, I don't think that there's a direct answer for that. I think that it depends on the person and what's going on in their life. For me, I do realize that it's easier, and like I get comments and like messages all the time by people saying, I have 4 kids, you make it sound like it's so easy to do this, blah, blah, blah. I have a husband, I have a job, I have 3 jobs. I understand that everybody has different things going on in their life. When I preach about making fitness work into my busy life in nursing school, I'm not saying that it's attainable for everybody. I'm not saying that everybody can make it happen. What I am saying is that everybody is able to make something happen if they really want it. And I'm not saying that it's not impossible, that it's impossible. Or not, I don't even know what I'm saying. It's not impossible is what I'm saying. I do realize that other people have things going on, but the way that I make it fit into my life is I just say it's like, I just plan it. Like, I'm getting 5 cardio sessions in this week, or I'm getting 5 lifts. I'm doing 3 leg days this week. Like, I just make it known in my schedule, just as I would for studying for an exam. And if time comes where something comes up in school and it's more important, then I prioritize that, you know? Like, it's just all about prioritizing and thinking and making sure that you're making the smart decisions. So that is how I fit it into my life. And then my 5th and final struggle for you guys in nursing school, and I experienced this, I just recently experienced this, and I want you guys to know you're not alone in school, in college, anything, and this is disappointment in something that you thought you were gonna do well in. And what I mean by this is, I recently, and I'm not going to say anything specific, let's just give an example, an assignment. It wasn't an assignment, but I thought I was going to do really, really well on this, and I ended up doing really bad. And not really bad, but like really bad for me, and that's different for everyone. And I was super discouraged. I thought that I studied really hard. I thought I'd put a lot of effort into it, and I didn't get what I wanted. And that's something that's going to happen to you in nursing school. And my best advice for you is to literally just take that, have your 5 minutes of crying, upset, and being mad at yourself, and then flick it the fuck out. Like, get over it, move forward, and know that you have to grind even harder to get where you want to go. It's just a learning experience, and I feel like I've learned a ton from my mistakes in school and my achievements in school, and I feel like it's all a lesson, and it's just a struggle that you're going to face. Like, you're going to not do well on things that you think you might, or you're going to struggle with things that you thought you might not struggle with, and that's okay. My advice to you is to literally put your head down, grind, and move forward. And forget about it. Learn from it. Make it a lesson. Life lesson. So these are just my top 5 struggles, hardships, life lessons, nursing school. I just wanted to put this out there for those of you who may be struggling right now in nursing school or in college in general, and just know that you're not alone. Everybody struggles, guys. Make sure that you guys give this video a thumbs up if you want to see more videos like this. Leave your requests below, comment, say hey. Make sure you're subscribed, find me on Instagram, everything. And I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye.